Okay, so I wanted to show you how I made my dumb, stupid rotor thing. Okay. Um, on, I'm not saying the rotor itself is dumb and stupid. I'm saying my specific rotor is dumb and stupid. It is not what I'm looking for, but it will give you an indication of what we're doing. All right, so aerospace engineering. Here I made wind turbine design. So I did a bunch of iterations of trying to figure out how to get this shared with you. But at the end of the day, the best way was for me to share this document with you, and you can copy and paste it into your design. So the way you copy and paste it is I have all these things. You want to go to Turbine Tower. You want to right click on Turbine Tower, and you want to copy it to clipboard. Okay? You just want to copy it to clipboard. Then you want to go and make a new document. All right, so you go back into OnShape. You're going to make something new. You're going to create a new document. Okay, 1A example. I'll call that. You call it whatever you want. And this is where we go down here on this plus. Okay, when the plus, you're not gonna do anything. You're going to wait. What happened? Or do you paste tab? Okay, we copied it to the clipboard. Now we paste the tab. Boom. Here we go. Turbine tower is now part of your design. Okay, that's much simpler than importing anything. It made things all jacked up. Okay, so you paste the design. Now we have to keep track of, the biggest thing is, and I'm going to show you, this is another thing. The biggest thing is we have to make, whatever rotor we make has to fit onto this tower. And it has to fit onto this little stick right here. So in order to zoom in order for it to fit on that stick, I have to know how big that stick is. Okay, because I need to know how big to make the hole that stick is going to go into. So if you want to zoom in or out on OnShape, the key is to hit the W. The key is to hit the W key. When you hit the W key, your cursor turns into a magnifying glass. And you can just draw a box around what you want to be looking at. So I want to just be looking at that. Boom. Okay. Oh man, that stick still kind of looks small. So I'll hit W and I'll zoom in even farther. I can go in even farther if I want. Okay. Now down here, oh, why did you do that? That's annoying. All right, down here is a little measuring tape tool. Okay, that is what you're going to use to figure out the size of things. Right, now when you use a measuring tape tool, you don't have to click on, you kind of think, well, I want to know the diameter of its stick. That's the first thing I want to know. So I click on it. All right, there it is. It says right here, diameter. Okay, there it is. It says diameter. So you have to write that down. I want to find the length of that stick too. I can highlight it. Sorry, measure distance. Length, 37.105 inches. Okay, so I already wrote those down. Okay, so you have to keep track of how big that needs to be. All right, and then we're like, great. And we also know, and this is, you could measure it if you want to, but I told you that tower is 100 meters tall. Okay, so we're dealing with something very, very big, right? So go to my part studio. I'm going to make a new one. I'm going to make my rotor. Now, the first thing I want to do is make a single blade of the rotor. Okay, just a single blade of the rotor. Then I can use the pattern tool to flip it, to go around. So it works out best. We have to make a new sketch. Okay, and there's a few different ways to do that. I'm going to make two different rotors to kind of show you two different ways you can do this. So the rotor, I'm going to lay it down. No. Let's hold on. I messed up. You pick the plane. You pick up a sketch. It's up at the top. Yeah, that's fine. And you pick the plane you want to make the sketch on. I actually like to make it laying down. We can fix it. We can change it when we go later. So boom. Now I'm drawing a sketch on this plane called top. All right. So in the plane called top, I'm going to make the sketch. I'm just going to make, oh man, I messed up. You have to leave this open. You have to leave that open. That's a pain in the butt. Oh, there's how you can rotate. Okay. This is, yours is probably a little bit better because it's not being blocked. So up here is where all of our things are, all of our tools are. So here's line, corner, rectangle, blah, 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 all these arcs and stuff. Okay, there's this, which is a fillet, trim, extend, offset, slots. We're probably not going to use most of these, honestly. This one with the arrow with the da-da-da, that's dimension. We're definitely going to use dimension. We're definitely going to use dimension. And what is this one? Oh, coincident, concentric. Okay, we're not going to, we might use those. I don't know. And then we're not going to use these yet. These we're going to come later. Okay, so let me just make this. I'm going to make 2 different ones, and then we'll rotate them around. It's going to be an interesting rotor that I make. So I'm going to use a line. I like to make a line at the center. So I'm going to start here at the middle. Okay, you'll notice when it has that line pops up, that means it's parallel to one of the axes, which is what I like. I like it to be parallel to the axis. So I'm going to do this, and this is just going to be my center line, like the middle of the rotor from the center to the tip, because I want to know how long the rotor needs to be. So in order to, oops, then I can hit escape. I want to use dimension. So I click on the line, kind of come out, and I want this to be, well, let's see, the whole tower is 100 meters tall. And from the center to the bottom of the blade, that's, let's say, 50 meters. Okay, and you can do whatever you think is best. 50, and then put M for meters. Don't just say 50, or else you might not have the right thing. Okay, so that's off my screen now. So if I click on this corner, it'll recenter it. It's really long, really big. Okay, this is where I made the zigzag pattern before. Okay, and I'll make the zigzag pattern again. So I just took my line, and I just, like I said, it's not a good design. Okay, how do I move? That's a good question. Command, nope. Option, nope. Control, nope. Shift, nope. I'm trying to figure out how to pan because I've never used that before. Shift, nope, none of it works. Okay. All right, that's okay. Yours is probably not going to be in the way as much. So I just want to go, no, that's not right. I want to make sure you start at the point. I'm just going to take my lines and make a bunch of stuff. Boop, 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 doot, doot, doot. Okay, and then I'll go the other side. Do, 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 da, do, do. This is a terrible thing. Please don't do it this way. Okay, I wanted to make sure it's a closed shape at the end. Okay, make sure it's a closed shape. Okay, pretty bad. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that sketch. Right, and then you can extrude it. If it's a closed shape, you should be able to extrude. I'm going to extrude them, I don't know, 3 meters. Sure, why not? 3 meters. Right, then you can use some of these tricks, fillet, chamfer. I wouldn't mess around with too many of the other ones. I would either do fillet or chamfer. So you can take chamfer, you can do this, you can make this, I don't know, 3 meters or 2.5 meters. I mean, it cuts like a thing. If you do fillet, let's do that. Oh no, I didn't. Ah, it didn't go. Ah. No, I'm making things up. So chamfer cuts it at like an angle. Okay, so if I look over here, you can see it kind of makes an angle, right? Whereas fillet, and I'll do it over here. I'll do 1 meter for fillet. Ah, there's the 2 meters. 2 meters. No, 1 meter. Okay, fillet. We'll go to the other side. Rounds it. Right. So chamfer cuts at an angle. Fillet rounds it. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. So let's get there's my dumb thing so far. Okay. So if I want to then create a bunch of these in a circle around, right? And there's other ways to make besides doing this and lofting, right? Because you want them to be at an angle. You can, kind of, if you wanted to make something at an angle and then extrude it out, you could do that. So let me do a different one. Let me do a different one. So I'm gonna make a new sketch. Only this sketch is gonna be on the front plane. Yes. Okay. And on this sketch, I'm gonna make something a little bit different. I'm gonna make, let's do an ellipse. Okay, boop, boop, boop. Okay, and then I can extrude that ellipse. I'm gonna go, I want to still do 50 meters. 50 meters. Okay, right, and then you can, that's just a super simple shape. Okay, that goes that way. Right, I wouldn't necessarily want to do that. There's a bunch of different things. You can use loft. You can create an extra sketch plane right here. Now, where's the extra sketch plane? You can create an extra sketch plane here. That's what's from Inventor. You can use over here. Where's Boolean split? I know there's extrude. You can use revolve, sweep, loft. Those are things you might have used in Inventor as well. Up here, it says mirror, but I'm going to use the pattern tool for that. I want a circular pattern, and I'm going to pattern those, the axis of the pattern, which I can't see right now. I'm going to use this vertical line because that's right there on the y-axis. Okay, yikes. Let me just make 2 of them. So it's how many you want. So I'm just going to make 2 because that way it'll give me a full thing. And if I make, well, what happens if I make 6? Oh yeah, that's super ugly. I hate it. Okay, perfect. Okay, now I have this big, long, stupid thing. Everybody see it? Let me zoom out. Woo! Totally ugly. Now what I want to make is I want to make a cylinder in the middle because I want a flat surface to put my hole in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make another sketch. I'm going to put this one again on the top plane, which is the flat plane. You can see that. All right. So in this one, I'm going to make a much simpler sketch. Oh, sorry, where did it go? Make a much simpler sketch. I keep closing that. It's just going to be a circle. Oh, no, that's not the right sketch. Okay, X. No, I want to change that. New sketch. Want it on the top plane. Top, 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 top. Oh, maybe not top, front. Where do I want it? Right? No, I want it on top. Weird. It's just being laggy right now. Okay, can I make a circle? No, that's not the right plane. X. I'm forgetting sketch 4. New sketch. Right on the top plane. There we go. I'm just going to make a circle. And again, if I was doing this in real life, I would dimension this out, but I'm trying to not do that for you. Okay, sketch it out. I want to extrude this one. And when you extrude, okay, wow, I'm going to extrude sketch 4. Yeah, this one though, I don't want to go up or down. I want it to go both ways, right? I want it to go both ways. So we can do symmetric. And we can just make it, let's not make it that big. Let's make it, like, I don't know, let's say 4 meters wide, because everything was 3 meters wide before. Let's go 5. Let's go 5. 5 meters. That's something else we can do. Boom. What happened? What happened? What happened? I don't like it. Control Z. That didn't extrude far enough. So I want to extrude from sketch 4. I'm going to go up. I want to go symmetric. That's 6 meters. Okay, I didn't like that. 7 meters. That one's definitely looking like it would cover it up. I want to make sure everything's covered. So I just want to go extreme enough that I know I'm going to cover up the whole shape. No, I'm just going to go extreme. 10 meters. Okay, you can see that it covers all the weird curves and stuff in the middle. Okay, check. Okay, now here's what's weird. Over here, it's created all these different parts, instead of creating one part that has all this geometry, it creates a bunch of different parts. And that complicates things later on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these parts, okay, and I'm going to right click on parts. I'm going to highlight them all. And I'm going to go to, once you highlight them all, this is a weird part that doesn't exist in Inventor. I'm going to go to Boolean. Okay, and I want to create the union of them, everything together, the union of everything, not the intersection, not subtracting. Subtracting takes the overlap and just takes it out. Any place it overlaps, it pretends it doesn't exist. There's nothing there. It makes it nothing. Intersect takes only the part where they intersect and makes it something. Union takes everything you've drawn and makes it into one part. So I hit check, and now all my things are one part now. Okay. Now is when you can make the hole. Okay, now is when you can make the hole. This is why I wanted a flat surface here to make the hole on. So I do another sketch, put it there, and I want to make another, well, actually, I don't want to, sorry, I lied. I don't want to do a sketch. I'm going to do a hole, which is in here, hole. So in this case, this is how big the hole, I want the hole to be. I need a point to put it on, which I don't have. So, okay, I do need to make a sketch. But I need to just make it so the center point is an actual point. So I just draw a line from the center to the edge. That'll work fine. I want to put a hole starting at the center. I already put the length and depth that I want the hole to be. I hit OK. And now if we zoom in, my shape has a hole in it. Okay. Then I go to assembly. And assembly is where we're going to put everything together. Okay, and all you got to do to put it together is two things. Well, first thing, you got to get them in there. So I'm going to get in Part Studio 1, Tower. I don't know why I can't. So yeah, it's Tower and Part Studio 1. So you see they're both in here, and I can move them around. Okay, I can move them around. I don't want to be able to move them around. Now I got to get this hole stuck on that stick. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to make them. That's right here. Okay, in this one, I'm going to make a revolute mate. Okay, I'm going to use a revolute mate. So revolute mate, and you got to pick the stick and the hole. You got to pick the male and female ends of what's going to fit into each other. Okay, so it's hard to see them, so I'm going to have to use W. Right? Oh no, it did it again. Oh, there we go. Now I can see it. So I want to take, and when you highlight the right thing, you'll get XYZ axis on it, right? So click when you get the XYZ axis. That's where I want to put it. Okay. Now I got to go back out and find where I want to put it, what I want to connect it to. So I'm going to zoom in on that hole. Let me rotate this a little bit. Let's see the hole. Oh, I got to zoom in even farther. All right. The hole, I get an XYZ axis. Okay. Click it. We're so close. Let's rotate it. Rotate it. Rotate it. Rotate it. Rotate. Oh, let's see what I got. Let's see what happened. Okay. It fit, but it kind of fit the wrong way. Oh, interesting. So let's do this. Flip primary axis. Boom. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Boom. Now I have see if I can get it to look right. Yeah. Rotate. No, don't rotate that way. Rotate this way. Keep going. I want it to look right. So I'm just this axis. No. That one. No. That one. You see what I did though. Now it's just a matter of getting it. All right, let's try this. I want the front, right, and top. That's what it's supposed. That's the isometric view. Okay. Once you have this, you can start to move things around. If you click on something, you get this connector thing. Up, up. These arrows shift things up and down. Okay. Above the arrow is a little, like, looks like a circle with two curves on it. That's the rotate. So we can rotate it 90 degrees. Okay, once I've rotated it 90 degrees, now I can zoom out. Oh, look, there's my wind turbine attached to the tower. Okay, like I said, that's a terrible, terrible, terrible design for a rotor, but that's the process of getting everything together. I mean, you want you to be creative in the rotors, but the rotors should be something that is radially symmetrical, right? So you're going to want to make a nice rotor shape and then put however many you want on around there. And then make some sort of weird hub. A lot of people like to put on top of this, they like to make a cone shape. You can, choose to use the revolve. And you used Inventor before, so I know you've done all these tricks. I know you've seen them before. So that's what I want. It's 9:03. That still gives you 50 minutes to do something, to modify what you did have, perhaps. But hopefully that's a bigger help, and you'll be able to actually get something done and submitted for this project now. All right, let me stop the recording.